Man, I tell you what, some days are just so good. But then there are other days that are just sort of normal. So I've just been like typing away at my laptop the past couple of days, and I was really hoping to get the van out to like a coffee shop or something with people. But it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. I had just enough traction to get out of one parking spot and pull into another one. So looks like it's another day on the lonesome, which is honestly totally fine. It's crazy for me to think as early as 2 years ago, I was scared of even the thought of being alone inside. Like, that sounded awful to me. Just like everybody has been at one point, I was an absolute slave to the Instagram, YouTube mentality of every day has to be awesome. I thought if I wasn't hanging out with popular people or hanging off a cliff somewhere, then my life wasn't on track. And while I don't think I've grown a whole lot the last 2 years, I mean, I'm still extremely insecure, and I think a lot of people my age are. It's good to be open about that type of thing. I do think one thing I've gotten better at is I'm just really learning to enjoy my time alone. I grew up hearing this one Bible verse over and over again my whole life. And no matter what your belief system is, no matter where you fall on that spectrum, this little piece of wisdom is something that holds true no matter what. And that is, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? I think we're kind of coming out of a generation of consumerism, and to gain the whole world used to mean buying Lamborghinis and fancy coats and new shoes, and that stuff still exists, but in the same way, I think we're also starting to flip into this world where you don't need stuff, but you do need experiences and adventures and all this stuff, and that stuff is great, don't get me wrong. But I think you still stand a risk of losing your soul to those things. No matter how crazy your life is, you have a life outside your crazy life. And that's the one I want to make good this year. So I'm not perfect at all this stuff yet. I'm still getting better, but two of the big action steps that I took that helped me a lot with this idea of making my not crazy life awesome is, one, I just stopped using Instagram stories, because that's the one you're always immediately trying to make awesome, you know what I mean? Like, even just when you wake up, I'm making either the best cup of coffee, or on your drive, I'm having the most beautiful drive with the sunrise, or whatever. I just took all that sort of thinking out of my life where not every moment had to be awesome. The other thing I started doing is just calling people that meant something to me at one point or another. When I look back on some of my all-time favorite memories, and I've been all over the place, I've done lots of crazy stuff, but two of my very favorite memories are, one, playing Skate 3 with my roommates in college, and two, working a puzzle with my family on Christmas Eve.